Welcome to another AgroBuzz, our weekly agricultural program right here on Durain's Coffee Break. As we continue to keep our finger on the pulse of all that's happening in the agricultural sector, we know that government is continuing to pull out all the stops to help farmers put their activities back on track in the wake of the impact of the recent torrential rains. But as we know, our farmers are very resilient people, and we trust that all will be well again real soon. Now, as we should know, the National Irish Potato Production Program is one of the flagship programs of the Ministry of Industry, Commerce, Agriculture and Fisheries. It is a significant part of the government's overall strategy to enhance Jamaica's food and nutrition system, reduce imports, that means saving foreign exchange, and become self-sufficient, and also to provide more income to our farmers. This morning, we have one of those Irish potato farmers as our guest, Mr. Rohan Roberts. He's an Irish potato farmer in the hills of cool Manchester, an area renowned for its Irish potato production. Good morning to you, Rohan Roberts. How was the morning?
Good morning, Doreen. I'm doing well. I'm having a beautiful sunny morning today.
Oh, nice.
Thanks for that.
Great. Where exactly in Manchester is your farm?
It's 5 minutes outside of Cristiano.
Mm-hmm.
That's basically the capital of Manchester, Cristiano.
So it's much cooler then, eh?
Yes, it is. Very cool on the hilltop there.
Now, why is that such a good area for growing Irish potatoes?
Why is it? Because the temperatures fluctuate. The daytime temperatures are relatively warm,
Mm-hmm.
and the evening temperatures cool down just about the ideal temperatures for the potatoes to produce.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what creates then. It has the ideal environment, basically, for it to bear.
So how big is your farm?
Well, I actually have 10 acres that I do potatoes on.
Okay. So besides the Irish potatoes, you grow anything else?
I do. I switch things up. I do Irish potato. I rotate my crops. So I do potatoes, carrots, sweet peppers, tomatoes, pumpkins.
Wow. So what do you mean you switch it up? Is that when the Irish potato is now just starting again, you have these other crops? Is that it?
Yeah, what happens is that we have seasons for each crop.
Mm-hmm.
Potato season is usually in the spring period, and then you have a break, and then you have the fall.
Okay.
So the spring period is where we have a lot of rainfall and ideal temperatures, and the potatoes yield better in that period.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other periods, we rotate the crops to basically have more nutrients that would go back to the soil from the other crops. So legumes would give back nitrogen to the soil and basically replenish the soil. It's basically having a soil management structure.
I see. That sounds very smart, man. Now, I hear the farmers in your area are expecting a bumper crop this season. Is that so? I mean, with impact with the recent rains, is that going to stop it?
I do think it's going to be a bumper crop because what you had farmers planting early in the season, mid-season, and late season. So what that's going to do is basically taper off the production.
Mm-hmm.
And because we had so much good rainfall and then we had the heavy rainfall,
mm-hmm.
and the potatoes were structured in that how they were planted,
mm-hmm.
it's going to create an ideal bumper crop really, because what's going to happen is that the first stages are going to come in, and then the midterms are going to come in,
mm-hmm.
and then I wouldn't say last term, but the ending
mm-hmm.
of that cycle is going to come in as well. So it's going to have a smooth line of production going across. So you won't see any shortages or in the supply of potatoes during this period.
That's good. Now I know that RADA and the Ministry of Agriculture are on a drive to make Jamaica totally self-sufficient in the production of Irish potatoes, and hear about this bumper crop it can be achieved. So can you tell us about your own role in this program, Rohan?
Well, as a farmer, I've done my part in producing to ensure that we have food security,
mm-hmm.
to ensure that I employ people around the area,
good.
And basically try to reduce the import bill.
Mm-hmm.
And my other roles in there, I advocate for us to make sure that food security is a top priority,
mm-hmm.
to ensure that we have proper food storage. And I'm always advocating that we encourage the farmer by giving him a fair dollar for what he has put out, his effort that he has put out,
mm-hmm.
to ensure that we have food on the table.
Mm-hmm.
And I always advocate that we need to appreciate the farmers some more, because a lot of people really don't understand what it's that you put in place to get food on your table, because they're out there in the hot sun,
Yes.
they're working with the soil,
Yes.
the heavy rains, and they're spending out of their pocket each and every week employing persons. And when you have devastating rainfall or you have drought periods, they alone suffer a lot because we don't have insurance policies in place for them.
Right.
We need to appreciate them some more and put effective measures in there to entice them so that their children or even persons who are close to them can get the training to encourage production and make a sustainable agricultural sector here.
Well said, Rohan. Now, what are your tips for farmers who are interested in this Irish potato program?
My first tip is to decide what you want to produce. Second tip is to research what you want to produce. And third tip is to ensure that you have the proper labor. And the fourth tip would be to ensure that you have a market for what you're going to produce.
That's true. Well, congratulations to you and your wonderful farm, and happy to hear that you're doing such wonderful things and, as I say, employing people and making sure that the produce is there. So thank you so much, Mr. Rohan Roberts, Irish potato farmer from the hills of Manchester. Continue to have a great day.
You too. Take care, all of it.
And he was telling us about the cultivating of Irish potatoes towards national self-sufficiency in that crop. Farmers need our support at this time and always, so let us all continue to support them by eating what they grow as they grow what we eat. Keep listening to AgroBuzz for more information on the work of the Ministry of Industry, Commerce, Agriculture and Fisheries. And please visit their website at moa.gov.jm and miic.gov.jm. You may also follow them on Twitter and like them on Facebook. So see you next week for another AgroBuzz.
Locally, the technical army nurses. Locally, the police and me to the east. Locally, I'm the police and the survey. Locally, everybody when it's there, eat what we grow. Grow what we eat. It is good for our economy. And the brand new start out the street. Come again. Eat what we grow. When it's there, grow what we eat. It's good for our economy. And the brand new start out the street.